Hi guys, today I'm going to be painting in my sketchbook. I'll be painting some scenes from the movie Your Name, which was actually suggested to me by one of you when I posted in the community tab for some video ideas, and I'm really glad I painted these two as I really liked how they turned out, although I did struggle a little bit at first with the first one, as in the starting stages the paper kept flaking as I was painting, and this paper is a little bit lighter than what I usually paint on. It's 165 GSM, but usually it's okay. It's just that this time it seemed to have flaked quite a lot and I just had to be very gentle with it. You'll see that when it dried I actually just brushed off all the bits that flaked off. You might have also noticed that my desk looks different, and that's because I've actually moved overseas. I moved about 2.5 weeks ago and I'm now in China, and because of the quarantine requirements in China I was actually in hotel quarantine for 2 weeks, which is where I filmed this. So I flew from Melbourne direct to Guangzhou where I did my quarantine for 2 weeks, and then last week I flew up to Shanghai, which is where I'll be permanently located for the next year and a bit, hopefully, if things all work out. I'll actually be working as an English teacher here for about 4 months, and then after that I'm hoping to study Chinese full-time for a year. I know it's a little bit of a pivot from what I'm doing here, which is pursuing art full-time, but these were plans that I actually made last year, and it's just taken a really long time for me to make the move. To put things into perspective, I actually applied for this teaching job last year in June, and this was actually before I thought I could pursue a full-time career in art, which is what I'm trying to do now. So I'll be juggling 2 things at the same time, but I'm really glad that I'm actually able to do both things at once. So I really want to keep up my YouTube, my Patreon, and just my art in general. I'm hoping to even take some art classes here, maybe learn some Chinese painting. So I'm really excited for the possibilities that I hear now that I finally moved overseas. It really has just taken so long for me to be able to finalize the plans, and at one point I really thought that none of this was actually going to happen just because of COVID and everything. All of my plans pretty much got pushed back by a year, as I actually wanted to study last year, but that also wasn't an option. So here I am now, finally I've made the move and I'm just starting to settle in. I've actually got family here, so it's not a huge move for me. I'm not completely alone or anything, but I do still have to kind of find my place here and set up my workspace all over again as I start filming and painting over here. So if I'm a little bit more absent here, then you'll probably know why. It's because I'm probably going to be super busy with my new full-time job, and I'm actually a little bit nervous about how I'm going to balance it with art. Since I've been doing art full-time at home, I haven't really had to balance it with much else in the past year, so I've been really lucky in that sense. But we'll see how things go. I'm definitely going to give it my all and do my best to keep things up as much as I can for at least the next 4 months while I'm working. But after that I'll be studying, so that should be a little bit less demanding on my time, hopefully. I'll keep you guys updated on what I get up to here. I've actually been really considering buying a printer here and making prints from home, as that's something that I wanted to do for really long, but I kept holding off on that back at home because I just kept thinking that I would move overseas soon and I didn't want to buy the printer and not use it for long. But since I'll be here for over a year, I'm thinking now might be a good time to get one so I can finally start up my shop again and start selling prints. That's also one of the reasons why I haven't updated my shop in so long. It's because I didn't want to have a lot of stock left over that I didn't want to bring with me to China. So instead I decided to just kind of let things sell out and then I would restart things once I'm here. But anyways, that's about it from me for now. Hopefully you guys are all doing well, and I hope you enjoyed watching me paint these 2 paintings as well. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.